Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Brotherhood of Bounce.
Or good evening, or good morning,
or whatever time zone you may live in. It's absolutely fine. My name is Fritch, and with me I've got our lovely friend Iwan.
Hi.
And we are being tasked with the joy of going through the division of 2A. Don't believe what Jack tells you; it's all a lie.
What? That it's not 2B?
Correct. It's 2A.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong.
Yeah, don't give him credit. Anyway, right. So, if you tuned into Slash of the Day, last week, Ben did a big one to cover all the teams and everything. So if you wanted to go through how they started, you can have a look and watch that video. We'll post a link. And with this one, we're just going to go through 2A in particular. I'm going to start with the fixtures. I don't know these teams too well.
I do.
Iwan does, so I'm hoping he takes a bit of a lead on this one. So,
okay, well, let's bring up the first one. So we've got, obviously, it looks like Undead versus some Bretonians, and a 2-1 win for the Bretonians is a very, very good result.
A very solid
although,
start,
yeah, although a leveled up mummy is not a nice thing.
That could be spooky.
That could be really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, just go on to the dice rolls.
Here we are.
Did anything unusual happen? I mean, those are nice rolls.
Oh
yeah,
that's
the undead.
Only like 9 ones.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What were the blocks like? That's not bad. Bad.
Block dice are about okay. They're
about okay.
They're about okay, but those are a significant lack of ones in that one. So 22 sixes, 9 ones. Oof, wish I got rolls like that.
Yeah. I mean, he did fail most of his dodges, so I don't know what he was dodging with.
I say, as undead, he probably should be dodging with much anyway, should he?
Ghouls,
okay, they do a dodge built in, but that's the only sort of thing, and it doesn't look like that was a dodging.
So that possibly could have ended the game for him. So what was the other team like?
We have this,
which I believe is Matt.
Yeah, it is. It might as well be.
I mean, those are bad numbers. The dice aren't bad, but like your percentage passes don't look great.
Dauntless is spot on what you should expect.
Yeah,
literally
50-50. Well, it depends on what you're blocking, but you'd expect more actually, because there's 67% chance on a 5, strength 5. So
his block dice,
I mean,
block
dice is pretty good actually.
14 pushes, usually it should be double, because obviously there's 2 sides.
Yeah. So he's got there's not many defender stumbles, so it's not too bad blocks. But obviously it went well for him. So 2-1 win. We'll have
absolutely.
That.
It's a fantastic start for the Bretonians right there. Daiwan's Elites 2 and Green is the Killer 0. I imagine this is so elves.
It looks like some form of elves, probably hide variety, versus some form of orcs.
Yep.
I mean 2-0 to the high elves. What more can you say? I mean, it's exactly what you expect,
elves,
really.
It's pretty much elves on that one. And although that being said, the elves have outdone with it because they have given a death to the. They have killed an orc. They've killed an orc. Let's have a look at the dice rolls on it. Pretty. I mean, as for elves, that's like level. I mean,
that was terrible. Look at that catch rating. Terrible. Man, he should have lost.
I know.
50% on passes. What the hell was going on? He had a bad game. Diced, I say.
Block dice. Only 7. Only 7 powers. You can see a couple of double scores in there. We're both down.
But all you need to do sometimes is push. Obviously, the 1 power did count because it killed him.
Yeah.
Assuming it wasn't a foul.
To the orcs here.
Fairly bad dice. A lot of 1s there.
Yeah, but it's still fairly even.
It seems like actually he got outfought, because if he's got he's got casualty, 2 KOs that didn't wake up. You're down in numbers versus elves. That's pretty bad for orcs as well.
Yeah, you've been outbacked by a bunch of elves.
Didn't go great. Didn't break for him well. That's a shame. But yeah, I mean, it's the expected result, isn't it?
Look at the SPP spread.
Yeah.
Oh,
just if you were in this division, you'd be very unhappy with that.
Oh, definitely. But overall, it could be worse.
I mean, you can always stand on them. They are elves, so.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very
Just put the
opposite.
boot
Very
in. Just
opposite block dice to the orcs.
Yeah.
Much more powers, and he's already has pre-access to block for most of his.
I mean, look at all those like double both downs and things there.
There, but just one die there. Oof. But yeah, he must be using his block at least semi well.
Yeah.
As you hope. Cool.
You'd hope so.
You'd hope so. Rain of Blood and Pauline's Angels. I think
So this is my game. This was horrible.
Oh, go on. Tell us more.
So yeah, I mean it's 1-1. I did fail. I had one go for it on turn 16 to make it 2-1, and it tripwired. And also, if you hadn't noticed, I managed to get beaten up playing. So all this. Oh, you shouldn't take an apothecary with dwarves. Utter rubbish. Although I did roll a double dead, so it was irrelevant.
Yep.
But yeah, lost to Troll Slayer, as we'll find out later.
Yes, he definitely lost a troll. I remember seeing that. It was quite a heartbreaking moment.
Yeah, I've done a couple of casualties as well. Like he put two casualties on me. It was 3 casualties because it was a foul that knocked out the thing. So he did a number on the team, but my dice rolls weren't awful.
They looked okay. I mean, you're going for it. Obviously, that double failure, those 2 failures you go for it were literally turn 16.
Yeah. I mean, it makes the odds look about right, but I mean, the big ones there are obviously how I out-elfed elves because 100% pass rate. What more can you say?
Yeah, 100% pass rate with the dwarves. So you don't see it often. Block dice again. They're pretty. That's standard. That's nothing shit right home about. The Angels.
He got a lot of pushes.
He got a lot of pushes, you say, but then in terms of like electoral rolls, quite sort of on the lower end of the spectrum, 1s and 2s. Couple of 4. It's fairly even. Maybe a little bit skewed towards the bottom end, but nothing too deep bad to write home about. He did attempt a loner roll. Wounda, gutted. Bonehead was, the Bonehead is playing well.
Played well. Yeah, his ogre was pretty useful to him.
Yeah. GFIs are going fine. Yeah, it's all a pretty standardized game. You just you had better positioning. You just got done by that double 1 right at the end.
Yeah, he got a lot of pushes. So.
Yeah. Alright, listen. So the next thing we've got is it's impossible. Can't speak. Versus the Rugflings. Now this is lizards versus halflings. So this is
the important thing to note there is that there's no dead halflings.
Yes, there's no dead halflings and only 5 armor breaks, and
1-0. I mean, that's really good going to keep it down to 1-0 because lizards are pretty handy, I'm sure, against halflings.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and that Croxy getting the MVP at the end there. Oof.
Yeah, nice.
That's gonna be lovely when that thing levels.
I mean, to be fair, that's pretty low. Look at that. I mean, you've got one that scored, so 1 injury.
Yeah,
aside, to be fair.
Assuming like none of them were like fouls and stuff. But yeah, we'll look into those kind of stats if there was any fouls to be had. No fouls from the. Oh yeah, no fouls from the lizards. So yeah, that one injury was it. Nothing else.
I mean, it's fairly reasonable dice as well. Again, it's not. It clearly went quite well for him.
Block dice again. The right sort of story. Yeah.
I mean, it only matters with the pals, so.
Yeah, true. This one again. High number of 1s.
Yeah, but it's how it balances out in it. It's when they happen. Obviously, take root 75%. Fairly alright. A bit bad.
Bit bad, not a bit worse.
100% on your casualty rolls, so that's alright.
Yeah, so yeah, all your casualties.
Yeah, never failed to pick up. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it was a decent enough game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one.
Yeah, this one I believe not.
Counts
it looks like it needs verifying.
It does need verifying, but still, it's a vampire's getting ratted.
Yeah, but it does look like the rats paid the price for it with a death.
Yeah, they have had a death. We don't know who it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's a leveled up vampire, but yeah, 4-2. That's
Yeah,
it's a shootout, really.
It's a shootout, but if I'm going to dice rolls, we're going to SPP. You can two level. That has to be a second.
2-level vampires. That is a vamp, innit?
That is big, and then even then, it's just one less expendable mink. I imagine that's a skink of some description. No,
Well,
it's not
some form of rat.
No, not a skink. A rat. What am I about? I've got lizards on the brain. It'll be some sort of a rat, probably a goal runner.
We'll find out when we get there.
Yeah. And then still a good spread overall.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be moaning about the development there. Yeah, dice are what you'd expect, really.
Yeah, nothing major. Heavy on the schools. Pushes. Heavy on the schools.
Yeah.
Powers, but
Well, it might be why he managed to lose 2.
Yeah.
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 They only get 2 touchdowns in this shootout.
He only started with 2 re-rolls. There's his double, and then it rolls a double skull in.
Two re-rolls on vampires is brave.
Is it 2 re-rolls?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's not 2 re-rolls because that would be crazy.
Oh no, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah, I'd go. He goes 3 and 3, innit?
It's a half in it. Yeah, so 6.
Yeah.
Be 3.
Anyway, it's fair. If I think that's probably a good game to watch. That one.
Yeah, maybe one to watch back. And then
triple skull there that got re-rolled.
Ooh, hello. Oh yeah, that'll be the Crocs doing something. Probably.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, Clandingus. These are all our. These are the lizards. Sorry.
That's a lot of 6s.
That is a lot of 6s. 34. Bloody hell. The problem,
Doesn't matter.
The problem with looking at these dice at the bottom is you roll your own armour, don't you? Apparently, for some
yes.
reason. Yes. So they are a bit skewed. Still, there's a lot of 6s. Yeah, one of them is probably an intercept right there. That's
he got an intercept. That was 6.
That'll be probably a good one of the scores themselves anyway. Dodge rate is good considering he doesn't have. Do vampires have dodge built in?
That's the Skaven.
Oh, it's Skaven. Oh, Jesus Christ! So, okay, so yeah, they'll have dodge built in somewhere.
And you got the runners.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be probably them. Catches. It's all pretty sort of standard rolling. Wait till after KO. That's actually what you expect.
Yeah, decent. It's decent numbers. They're about right, aren't they?
Yeah.
But we'll be interested to see how these teams have wound up after this.
Yeah. Lots of pushes.
A lot of pushes there. Lots of pushes.
Well, to be fair, with rats, that's all you really need. As long as you don't manipulate the line higher once, you can just run.
Yeah, you just make holes.
Yeah. Cool. And that's all the games in particular. So let's actually go into the team to see how that's evolved them. Now, let's start with you, mate. Your absolute.
As you can see, 840 TV is just not on, is it?
No, losing a Troll Slayer in the first game.
I lost the lead singer. I didn't lose any Troll Slayer. I lost the lead singer and I've got an MNG on the one with all the SPP.
Yes.
It won't be too much of a problem because I don't actually need them to play Dwarf Ball because obviously Longbeards are going to be a fairly reliable loner. But I'd rather not be having to buy a Troll Slayer after game fucking 1.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking. That is hard.
Yeah, double death, man. Apothecary, so I've got the Apothecary. I'm good. Death again, and he fouled me with a Blitzer as well. So
oh yeah, I saw that. It was just like
man. It's like I'm gonna get away with fouling you with a player I really shouldn't be fouling you with. Like he had linemen to foul me with as well. So
but well, he did what he did.
Got away with that. He got away with it.
Yeah, he got away with it. Let's have a look at these lizards then.
Lizards. I mean, basically just a fan factor, isn't it? Nothing to report there. Next.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing to go on there. Like say, Croc's got the MVP.
Cox is good to go.
Saurus got an injury, and then there's a skink getting the touchdown.
Yeah.
Nice and simple. The Vamps. Ooh, let's see what happens. This is where we get juicy because we have leveled up Vamps.
We have leveled up Vamps, but we haven't had it. It's not confirmed, so we don't know what they are.
Oh yeah.
But we know we've got 2 of those Vamps.
2 of them are leveled. I think it was that Count Simeon, and I think it was
the second one as well.
Second one.
Harren.
If we actually go into one of them, so they're accessing anything apart from passing. So
It's all dependent on how you want to play vampires.
Depending on how the role goes, yeah.
Because you can play them so many different ways. Like you can turn them into death machines, you can turn them into passers, catchers, runners, all sorts of stuff. Because they've got so much access to everything.
Yeah.
You can make a different team out of them.
Well, I mean, what would you do? I'd be probably.
I'd be tempted to go block dodge to start with.
Get them blodging, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, get them blodging and go from there. But you can go pro and try and beat
the bloodlust.
Beat the bloodlust. Yeah, you could go mighty blow and start doing the damages, but you probably still want block first.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very interesting how those develop. Next we have this is the Skaven. So
the other one, which obviously we don't know what we got the points. We know that we're getting a slightly less expendable Mink, so he's leveled up a gutter runner.
Yeah, he's leveled up a gutter runner.
Yeah, you mean you take the movement up, don't you?
Yeah, if you roll the movement up, absolutely. If not, I imagine you just get something like you might give him block.
Yeah, block, sprint, something like that.
Yeah, block or sprint. Or maybe if you're really lucky, you might go for mutation if it's a bit fruity.
Bit of double.
Yeah, bit of double action. Next we have some flings.
Halflings. Well, I mean exactly.
Yeah, nothing happened there.
Nothing to report next.
Next. Two team rerolls, absolutely fine.
Well, you're taking the hot pot, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
even 740. You're taking the hot pot.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a human team that.
He's our Hubies.
Yeah, so one fun factor. Nothing to report really there, is there?
Yeah, it's been a quite sort of low on the whole level ups in general, isn't it? I mean,
well, the ones that were interesting, aren't they? Are not going up.
Confirmed the match, guys. Yeah. Come on. But yeah.
I mean, the one thing I will say about that, Scott's John, please, there is a button, switch player. Let's have it in order, please.
Yeah.
I appreciate the blitzers together. The linemen should also be together.
What is that doing? Triggered.
It's just not on.
I know.
So the orcs that lost something.
What did?
Blitzer.
It was a blitzer. Ooh.
Yeah, that's harsh.
That's harsh. That is gutting.
So that's.
That's put him like obviously team value of 910 on orcs.
Yeah, it's put you back, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Put you back.
Oof. Yeah, he's got 3 rerolls. Okay, fair enough. That's still
not
a
in a
good team. He's not
in the worst place.
He's not in the worst place. Those blitzers can still do damage, and he's got those black orcs. As soon as they get any sort of
as soon as they get near block.
Yeah, then it's gonna be like the hell to pay. We got undead. Did these guys? Anyone hit?
So these got a level up.
They did. They're God Mummy. There we are. That's pretty standard.
I mean, yeah, God Mummy. No other level up. Don't know if he's bought another ghoul, but I think he has.
4
also,
ghouls,
remember, switch it with the skeleton. Come on, let's have a neat layout, please.
Yes,
for these.
Absolutely. We've got one random skeleton.
It's quite a normal thing to do, actually. You take mostly zombies, but you take one skeleton because he's a bit faster.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he becomes your fowler.
Yeah, no, fine. That makes sense. Mr. Spilsbury, our resident scum. I mean elves.
Nothing to report.
Nothing to report.
Nice spread of SPP there, though.
Good spread. With the first game, I'd be picking up with Steel Leaf Champion and just making a pass.
Just
complete it. Get that 1 point of SPP.
Yeah, it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, but beyond that, again, not much to report. It'll get much more interesting, obviously.
It'll get much more interesting to go along. So then we've got Bretonians. Now, there's a low team value there. I think.
Oh, yeah, MNGs.
Are those MNGs, or are they more than MNGs?
We've got straight up MNG on a rando lineman and a blocker.
Yeah, I mean that happens. That's not good.
It's just
an MNG though. Level up on your blitzer. I mean, what would you take there? You've got everything but strength access.
Yes, you do everything but strength access. What? Oof! What do you give? What do you give the block at the blitz that has everything?
Well, I mean, they don't have everything. They've got a very weird combination of skills.
Yeah,
but like
block, catch, don't.
the way you sort of from playing them, obviously elsewhere.
Yeah.
The way the blitzers are obviously like they run the team, but actually they don't do a lot of blitzing.
Yeah, it's very, very true. If anything, because obviously they've got catch built in, they're probably your primary touchdown scorers. I think it'd be dodge.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, can you, with a dodge start?
No, the dodge blitzer, blodging blitzer with catch. You can go in, twat someone, dodge out.
You see, like I'm of the opinion, like you level your blockers first because you want that guard, so you can stand up in that fight.
Yeah.
It's not always that easy, is it?
No, absolutely not. If he does like get lucky enough to roll the double, then it would be guard, I think.
Yeah.
Because that'll be a very, very strong thing to have.
It is a very strong thing to have. Might take Mighty Blow, to be fair.
Yeah, very true. If he wants to go more for a more aggressive piece.
So
and
that's
then
the teams.
The teams. Have a quick
Schedule. So
schedule. Let's double check. What's next? Sorry.
What's the fixtures? So let's have some predictions. So that's Humans versus Brett.
Yes.
Brett's have got a level, but they are missing a key piece.
Yes, let's just quickly go back to the teams. Paulie, do we know how much do we know about Paulie? I don't think we know much.
He was all right, man. He you know, from playing against him, he knew what Blood Bowl was.
Yeah.
So
he knew what cool, good.
He knew what Blood Bowl was. I mean, there's room for improvement, but there's the same for everyone, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. What's he? Stay, which team was that?
Yeah. So, and we know Matt. So.
Yeah, I get I think it's just too early to tell. I think it will be, it will probably be the Bretts to take it. Wait. It might be the Humans. We just don't know. It's too early.
The Humans have got the versatility aspect, but obviously Matt we know is an experienced coach. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but he is missing a blitz. It wouldn't if it's gonna, as well as that with the numbers.
Yeah.
Well,
he's going to have 11, isn't he?
He's going to have two journeymen, and they cost 40k. So that's 50 back. 80 back. So it's going to basically level. He's only going to get like 20k in inducements, something like that.
Yeah, it's not going to give you much, is it?
No, it's not going to be much at all. And Paulie has he got a full team? Yeah, he's got a full team.
Yeah, full team.
So yeah, it's not going to be much at all to work with. But I reckon just because I know Matt and I know how he plays, I would put my money on Matt. But it is just an unknown at this point.
It's an unknown. I mean, on paper, I'd probably say I think the Humans have got this.
Yeah.
Because
fair.
Brett are basically slightly shit Humans.
Yeah. Slightly shit Humans, yeah.
Until they develop, so.
Next we've got Green is the Killer and the Rug Flames. On every sense of the word, this should be orcs eating halflings.
Yes. This is that's just not fun.
No, that is just not fun.
That's going to be a very, very difficult game for Emily. She's not going to come out of that particularly well. So I think it could go really, really well because obviously orc armor breaks more than halfling armor. She's gonna have a decent front line with the two trees, and but yeah, it's not going to be an easy match. You've got to go with the numbers, and you've got to give it to the orcs, haven't you?
Yeah, even though the orcs have lost that blitzer.
They're still stronger.
They're still stronger. It's like they're starting with 3 block, and they've got like 4 strength 4s.
Yeah.
Against strength 2s halflings, yeah. So they're just they're going to get their proverbial shit pushed in. But don't ever discount a halfling, as I learned the hard way.
Yes.
Yeah, sad times. Anyway, Bowman Cellar servers and Clan Dinger, who just remind myself.
So that is your undead versus Skaven.
Skaven, sorry, yes, Skaven. I'm getting mixed up. Yeah, Undead versus Skaven. Who do we know these? I don't think I know these players.
I've played Big Brew a couple of times. I think it's Kev.
Oh, Kev, yeah, of course. It's
not bad. I don't know who Zimlock is, so
I reckon it's considering how well Zimlock did against the
the
vampires,
vamps.
I would probably give it to him because I don't think the undead have enough of them, maybe the mobility to deal with them.
Yeah, I mean, Skaven have got the mobility advantage, definitely.
Yeah.
I think with that leveled up gutter runner as well,
Once we lock it in,
could be really really helpful. So yeah, and Skaven do run ring rings around undead are slow.
Yeah,
they have got a couple of fast players, but you don't want them to be going out on their own. They're gonna get killed if they do. So I would be thinking, yeah, it's gonna be a Skaven.
Skaven, which I reckon
possibly not 4-2 though.
No, possibly maybe 2-1.
Yeah. Yes, classic score.
Yeah, probably 2-1, maybe even a 3-1 if Skaven get a lucky intercept or something daft.
Yeah, something crazy goes on. But yeah, you got to give it to Skaven, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Do I?
So you got Vamps High Elf.
Vamps High Elf. Oof. I want to say the Vamps because obviously they haven't done their level ups yet. Those 2 level up.
That could be big. I mean, if the Vamps behave and they don't murder their entire own team, they've got a good chance there against an undeveloped high elf team. But we all know elf bollocks.
Elf bollocks is definitely a thing. It exists in troves. There's no actual level ups to speak of there. I'd say it'll be a close one. I think the vampires will probably end up probably just bashing them to death because all the vamps are. He's got 3 vamps. They're all strength 4. They're all agi 4. So even they've got access to them. Once he does his level ups, they're probably going to get blocked.
He's got access to the gaze, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he can give him the gaze.
It's all about giving you the gaze.
Yeah, just straight up look into my eyes, and then as soon as that's done, the vamps can just run straight through it, assuming that they don't implode like vampires, as we know can.
Yeah,
so
I just on that basis, I've got to give it to high elves just because I know that vampires are it's just that 5% chance of just total annihilation of your own team.
Yeah, I would give it to high elves because we know that.
Yeah.
Because of the implosion chance, we know. But I want it to be vampires because fuck elves. Can't stand them. And then lastly, it's yourself, mate.
Yeah.
You are against lizards.
Lizards are one of them teams I struggle with lizards. If I can get all the skinks, it's game over.
Yeah. But it's getting to the skinks at the first.
Because tackle and block.
Yeah, you having tackle
on a stunty player, it is just like yes.
Yes.
Oh
exactly.
yes.
So all you got to do really.
I've got to get through 6 sources in a box.
Yeah, you've got to hold the line. But you've got to pray that the crocs.
So it's a difficult game for undeveloped dwarfs, but I just need a bit of guard. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can do a bit of skink murder.
Yeah, skink murder. Just try and box them, try and shield them off, and just make sure you trip them up.
Yeah, just get hold of him, kill a skink. We'll see. But I mean, obviously you got to think you're going to win yourself, haven't you?
Quick.
It's 1-0 though.
Yeah, 1-0. You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
To yourself?
Well, yeah. Just got back myself, haven't I?
Just making sure. I would. You're going against 4 Sauruses, none of them have block. The Crocs, 6 Sauruses, sorry, none of them have block. They're all strength 4, but you've got a massive armor value. I reckon it could well be if you target enough of the skinks, I reckon one still might get through. I'm gonna say a 1-1 draw.
I mean, it's a reasonable shout, isn't it, with dwarfs?
Yeah, it's just it all depends on if your armor does the usual the armor. Is it the armor 9 mostly, aren't you?
Yeah, mostly armor 9. I think you've got armor. He's got armor 9 though as well, but he's obviously got armor 7, whereas I've got armor 8.
Yeah.
I've only got 2 of those pieces now because one's dead and the other's MNG, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it all depends on if your armor holds. And I know armor 9. Everyone's going to say, "Oh, my armor 9 will be fine." doesn't fucking mean nothing.
Skinks are made of paper. Sauruses can be made of paper on the day.
Yes, sauruses were made of paper, and like skinks can be made of adamantium sometimes. Just don't
it's just the way it goes.
Yeah, but I think that is everything for today. It's a relatively quick one for you all.
I mean, the leaderboard's not gonna be particularly exciting. So.
No, I mean, those are the results.
These guys won. These guys didn't.
Yeah. Start shaping up a little bit more next week. Very interesting to see the games go, and I desperately want to get that game verified so I can see what those vampires get.
Yeah, they could be a good looking team. Anyway, until next week.
Until next week, sir. See you all later.